Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Tidefall. I know you've missed us and the beautiful golden sun of Iliomet. We also have missed it. In the height of winter, we are returning to... it's not summer either, actually. I think it's autumn in-game. But it's the desert still. So, hey, sorry about that 500-year delay, but we're back. You're welcome. And thank you for being here. Announcements-wise, you can always check our Twitch page for our schedule because, as we all know, I am schedule deficient. But, big announcement, premiere of the new Saturday Nights this Saturday, so you're going to want to check that out. It is called, I believe, Thunderball?
Thunderball!
So you're definitely going to want to tune in and witness that, and the time at which you should tune in is...
It's the same time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Same time, same place, 3 p.m., the comfort of your own home, or wherever you are with internet.
Take us on the go.
Yeah, game nights on the go. Speaking of going, we're going to go right in to our session here. That's a good segue, don't shake your head at me. Wow, what happened last time, guys? What did we do?
We bought a tent.
Yep.
Yeah, we went shopping.
That's true. There were a lot of preparations.
I was rude to a map maker.
You were very rude to a map maker. I forgot about that. I should write that down.
We bought some Magic the Gathering cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Arcanum.
And then Shark very successfully, I think it was Shark, very successfully didn't get ripped off. Or was that Willow? Someone was like, this is a ripoff. But it's got tassels.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I basically was just like, guys, how do you want to prepare for this long distance journey? You guys were like, IRL, I've never done a 5-foot journey across the Serengeti before. Thanks though, Linz. And then you left and you fought some creepy frogs, if I remember correctly.
There was a tarot reading in there.
There was a
Yes.
tarot reading in there.
Go on.
Shark did a tarot reading. I'm trying to get through to the summary of it.
Yeah, he tracked down, what was it? A person.
Yeah, looking
who
for
was kind of spoopy.
Yeah, but I think
He was not spoopy at all. He was perfectly normal.
Well,
We all have different definitions of normal, I guess.
Yeah, the reading told us that there are going to be 2 paths. The second path would be harder, but we should make the choices we wouldn't expect to make.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
I don't remember what was said about the first route. I think that it would test us as like a party. And we're like, no, we don't want no inter-party drama, so we're gonna go the harder route.
It would test our faith.
Yeah.
and loyalty.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, hard pass.
Yeah, I've already got enough of that going on, so.
Yeah, Lady Crush was disappointed. I only worked for her for like a day, but I've said, hey, I'll bring you some special sea sand.
Yeah, she was pissed. She was like, do you see how many steeds I gave you? I got 1 day of work, you dick.
Oh, and the innkeeper was very sad to see us go.
Oh, Osa.
Wept.
Bitter tears. You got so much money out of you guys.
But yeah, then we went we traveled, we fought some like zombie lizard things. Or no, not zombies.
Not zombies.
Frog
They were just gross.
Yeah,
They were
Nastiness.
just gross.
I say zombies because their limbs, it didn't seem to matter to them if they were
weird
broken.
things.
They did. It was really gross. I just like that. My little midnight and murderers. They're great. So yes, you guys just camped for your first night out back in the desert after I think you had several straight days of chilling in Red Rise after returning the former prisoners of the Yuan-Ti. But now you're back again in the same desert. So you guys had a good night's rest. I believe everybody did watches when we finished last time. So now we're waking up in the beautiful desert morning, and I don't have any music. I'm not familiar with the names of my musics anymore, but I don't want to listen to this tune. So I'm gonna click this one. What's that sound like? That's loud. But sure, I'm gonna turn it down like a lot and pretend it's not there. Okay, so it's morning time. Who is the navigator of our party? Do we have one? Do we have more than one?
I'm pretty sure it's mostly Bammy.
Mostly
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Tammy.
Bammy, would you
I do
like
have a
to
map?
would you like to roll survival for me, my fella?
I can do that.
This roll, I should explain, is as you're waking up in the morning and able to like see and get your bearings of like where you're at based on landmarks and your knowledge of like just the area, making sure you're on the right path and didn't like stray in the night.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's a 22.
Great. I did roll in secret last time. Let me scroll up and see my secret rolls.
You got a lot to scroll through.
Secrets don't make friends.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh no.
While Lindsay's doing that / trying to remember / make up a number, we did get that circlet of blasting at the end of last session.
Uh-huh.
Who has that?
I do. I was messing around with it with Baz during...
Oh, that's right. And then he found out about the cards and was like, am I on the cards? Because
Yes.
Baz
okay,
is
I
all
remember
about
that now.
Baz.
But I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Actually, I was going to probably chat with people about it.
You can.
Yeah. So, we have this real cool thing. Who wants it?
What does it do?
It shoots fire from your head once a day.
I mean, I can kind of do that already.
True.
What if you could do it more?
But if you could do it more, or someone else could do it.
I mean, Bammy, just adding more fire to you, I feel, is thematic.
I mean, I can certainly try it out.
There you go.
The thing just takes the circlet, which is, and just like puts it on.
Yay.
Because
You might want to
Glorious.
center it a little so you like can like aim it, you know. It just do you mind? I mean, I can here. Let me just straighten it, like looking down, straightening it.
Because from what I remember, this thing does not require attunement, actually.
Correct, it is not.
Oh.
But I'm gonna say, just for fun, like while fiddling with it, like it keeps just like slide, like a little tilted beret, but it's a circlet. And
What
so
if
this
it's
like
better
actually
around one of Bammy's biceps?
I was gonna check out these guns. You are welcome to do that. I was gonna say that you discover it like expands. It's got a little stretchy thing.
Nope.
One of those
You get-
expandable 90s like things.
You can stick it on your snoot, just
But if you want to wear it on your bicep, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah. Now I just gotta figure out how best to add this to my sheet.
Armband blasting.
dope.
Okay.
So I found my roll, by the way. And with your 20 something, that's more than enough to know that you guys actually stayed very well on track. Even in the chaos of like the creepy nighttime frogs, you didn't let yourselves get off course at all. So you're doing great.
Excellent.
And now you're looking great.
Yeah.
So, two priorities.
Why?
Anything you guys want to do or talk about before you set off for the day?
Which direction are we going again?
Yeah, also remind me, thank you.
Yep, so we
we're
are
going-
planning to skirt the Rust Falls.
Yes. Okay, I remember now because we were gonna go through it and then.
Or actually,
No.
no. We are choosing to
going
go
through
through
it
the
now.
Rust Falls for a faster time and to not
Oh.
have our faith and loyalty tested.
Ah.
We chose to
Stop
cut
it.
through.
Okay.
Zoop.
I'll go that way.
Excellent. Sorry, go on. I don't know. Morgan, you were making a face like you were going to say something. So
No, I just couldn't remember what we were doing, and I just realized I need to pick some spells.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
So
Don't mind me. I'll see you in 2 years.
Oh, that's a mood. So Willow is doing her daily
She's
prayers.
Praying. Well, she would have done it last night, but
She's doing.
she's making
her-
breakfast for everybody. How
Uh-huh.
about?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
And thinking about the prayers that she had last night.
Those are some good prayers. Oh boy. My cat is playing in those cardboard boxes. Please be good. But you guys set off for the day, and I've decided I hate the rules that I was doing for travel. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna go back to classic until I can read Utama and do something interesting. So, you guys spend, I should ask, what sort of pace are you guys going for? Like, are we just like trying to get there ASAP? Are we being particularly stealthy today after like being spooked by the frogs? Are we just like being normal and chill? What's it?
I mean, I figured we'd go just like at a normal standard pace.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, the frogs were a thing, but I don't feel a reason for us to kill ourselves in our mounts.
Fair. Also, I guess I should clarify, are you guys traveling in the daytime or the night?
Daytime of the night.
Yeah.
Daytime of the night.
So I think what happened last time was we were like, okay, this is our first day. We just want to get out there, but we did want to mostly travel at night when it's cooler and easier on us to travel. But so we'd probably be spending most of the day actually camped out before heading out again.
Yeah, I remember you guys didn't actually, like you guys pushed farther, so you actually did get a full half day of travel. Yes, I remember now. So, cool. The sun rose and you chilled some more, I guess, and then you left in the nighttime. I'm such a good DM. So, you guys carry on through the northern deserts, as they're called, of Iliomet. It's very much like California and New Mexico. Like, it's just flat and like the ground is hard mostly. Sometimes there are like dunes, but not like sandy dunes. It's just like deserty hills. There are Joshua trees sometimes, some like little spindly bushes. There's some tumbleweeds. It's very aesthetic. And let me just click something really quick to myself. Just don't worry about it. I'm just referencing something, and then I'm also going to do this other thing. No need to worry.
Bammy, do you see any more of those mean trees that like to eat people?
I don't believe we have gotten into their territory yet. We are still entering the Rust Falls. They mostly live there.
Because if I need to talk to some trees, I'll give a good talking to some mean trees.
I've never tried giving those trees a stern talking to.
I mean, Bammy, I think most trees would be afraid of you with how much fire you've got.
That's real true. I can use a threat. Like, shape up or...
I was telling myself a joke. That's funny. But as you guys are traveling, and as Bammy's explaining this about the mean blood-sucking trees.
Oh, those trees.
Yes. Bammy, you are the navigator of the travel, so you like kind of are keeping your bearings. And as you are looking around, you do see like how do I describe this? Just a little glint, a little hit, just a little tasty taste for your eyeballs behind you guys. But it's hard to make out. I would say that the assumption is that there's like, with how dark it is, presumably it's either like somebody following you or an animal following you or some sort of like small landmark that you didn't notice passing. But you do notice that as you're going, just at a normal human pace through the desert.
None of us are human, though.
a normal bipedal on a quadruped pace.
There appears to be someone or something falling behind us. Could just be other travelers. I don't know who would be after us specifically, but something to keep in mind.
Sure, it's just other travelers. Just other people have to get around.
You want me to go
So-
check it out?
They are all the way back at the horizon, basically.
Maybe just keep our eye on it. If it gets closer.
Hey. You guys travel for the rest of the day, and every now and then, Bammy, you check back behind you, and sometimes you don't see anything, and then sometimes you do. And again, it's just this very nondescript, just like hint. Just that very particular moment, because again, it is night, and you are a dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
So just like the lighting has to be just right. You haven't quite figured out a pattern of it yet, of like when you can see this thing, but it does seem to be moving with you in a way. Yeah.
It's like the ship chase scene in The Princess Bride.
You should nobody's following us because there's a ship right there. Not like that, because it's definitely not as clear to see as that ship in that wonderful, excellent movie, which I recommend to our audience. But let me just navigate to the map layer really quick. And then if you guys did a full day of travel, gonna slide you on over
Okay, we're
here.
healed. Yay.
Boop.
You guys should
Um,
tell me.
So you guys camp up for the daytime, and Bammy, just roll me a perception check as the sun is now coming over the horizon. And you guys are like tying up your mounts, pulling out your tents, doing some chatterings to each other because you're all friends.
Yeah, not as great. That's a 16.
Oh, don't even fret. Let me just roll contested for no reason. It's not contested. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, that's 16 precisely. So excellent. This makes for a better story anyway. So as you all are packing up, and Bammy is like, I'm just gonna burrow over here because I'm a simple man with simple needs. You check the horizon one last time, and with this new light coming into the day, you can get a better glimpse of what you've been glimpsing. Get a better glimpse of the glimpse. You know, I heard you like glimpses. And it looks like a small, again, it's very warbly, but looks like probably a single person. And apparently they've been keeping a pace with you all day. And it's like a small enough, short enough size of a blip that you don't think that they're like on a mount. So that's weird.
Okay. Given their current distance and if they maintain the same pace, how long would it take them to reach us?
Well, let's say a few hours.
Okay.
I should have had this math prepared.
I mean, we can just say that Bammy knows how long it would take, because this is the kind of stuff he probably would know with his caravan guard
It's a
stuff.
few hours, even if that doesn't make rational sense.
Yeah. And,
It's true now because I'm God here.
and so I think Bammy will stop the burrowing, cease the burrowing, and just going, looks like it is, in fact, a person following us, though they're not on a mount.
I forgot. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Let me pull up the sheet.
From that far away?
I don't know what you're talking about. You know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening.
That is a 12.
Oh my gosh, the DC was 12. Okay, great. So as you are just explaining, like, it's just a person, they don't seem to be mounted, you just get this like sort of like creeping tiredness that you just kind of like shake off and focus and continue what you're talking about.
Yes, I should be here in a few hours.
Oh,
I think.
it's pretty soon. If they keep
Is it
traveling.
just one person, or is it like? Have you heard of those Tuscan Raider types? Maybe they march in the same line.
Has Bammy heard of any such thing in his time in the desert?
Oh my gosh! Roll history.
Raiders.
I couldn't resist.
You got me. You got me good.
With my -1 history, so that becomes a 19 because I rolled a natural 20.
Perfect. So allow me to point you to the general knowledge section of the Roll20, the Iliomedi folktales and beasts that only certain people have access to, those who are native to Iliomet. I'm sorry, Marta and Sharp. So 50% of the party can see this handout. But just going to point that to you, as she mentions the Tuscan Raiders, that's not a thing. Just going to throw that out there for the NSA, the NRA,
Put it in a story.
the CIA. But there are, in the northern deserts, there are what's called thrikreen, which are not humanoid in the strictest sense. But they are humanoid in like a intelligent, community building, societal structure sort of a sense. But they're insectoid, widely considered monstrous. It's kind of hard to talk to them because they're bugs. But
I
they
have
don't.
many close bug friends.
That's
so-
true. What was the beetle's name?
Mark.
Yes. It's been 2 months. You have another inspiration if you didn't already have one.
Hey, all right.
But bonus here, thrikreen, as far as people know, as far as Bammy knows, they've never really caused Bammy much problem. They don't seem to be super territorial. He has seen a few, but usually just like poking out of burrows, like what's going on, and then they're just like that sort of a thing. But they don't actually like start stuff. As far as Bammy has seen. For how far away it is, I'm just going to say you can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
It is a person or a bug person.
So, could be a thrikreen, but they typically don't bother people. But,
Oh, I've heard stories about those.
Oh, what?
I've never seen one.
well,
I don't know what that is.
They are insect people, I guess. A praying mantis, kind of, but they also have a third arm.
Like a third, like just general arm, or like
Another set.
another
of them?
set?
Nope, just an extra third arm.
Just coming right out of where their belly button should be, just like right in the middle. I do want to say in my world though, they are more like really big locusts.
Gotcha.
They're like more grasshoppery types than praying mantis. They got mad hops. Also sometimes can fly. Depends.
Good to know.
Oh. Got it.
I like them. Don't make faces.
No, I like them
I also
too.
like my creepy like ball and socket joint frogs.
But yes, I do not think we would have anything to worry if it's a thrikreen. At the very least, I do not think it's one of the flying ones. But some of them can fly. But
That's
yes,
so cool.
we should maybe keep watch, get what rest you can, just in case they do come this way.
I'll keep an eye out, and if they come by, maybe I can talk to some bug people.
It's worth a shot. We were talking to those bugs earlier.
Oh yeah. Well, that was Mark and his family. I mean, we're real close.
You know, it's been a few days, and most of them are probably gone by now.
Chuck, you don't just.
I'm just saying.
That's the circle of life.
When,
It's okay.
When we come back, like, she'll be meeting like Mark's great something grandchildren.
Oh, that'd be so nice. We can
Yeah.
all reminisce.
sure they'll still be talking about you by then.
Maybe.
Probably. How many like
I mean, you've been
of
talking to them
us
the whole
do they
time.
talk to?
That's true. You think I made an impression?
You're probably a legend amongst them.
Legend amongst bugs. I like that.
You might become a legend amongst this thing too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, y'all go to sleep. I'll take care of it. It's no problem.
I'm gonna stay up for a few hours.
If you
Oh,
want.
a few?
Just a general fewish hours.
A very specific few hours?
I'm basically waiting on this guy.
Okay, great.
Fami's gonna go burrow, but he's gonna try and burrow. He's gonna try and be more hidden than usual when he does his burrowing.
Ooh, roll stealth.
Sneaky.
Oh,
Sneaky boy.
Let's see, has this D20 used up all its luck? No, that's a 19.
Dang.
I will keep this in mind.
You're back, baby.
Good job, Bammy. Back in gold. Anyway, so Marta and Sharak
Nailed it.
set up for watch as Willow does her. You do them. Is it the like as the sun is rising prayers before you go to bed? Is
No,
that
it
sort of
says
thing?
that-
Or
No, it says nightfall comes.
oh yeah, okay. So it is right before you travel. Okay, great. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Willow's just being adorable.
Works out.
Having a tent to herself for once. That might be nice. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, she's probably
it's a huge
stuff around the
tent.
camp. It's a gigantic tent. But yeah, maybe just like prepping dinner for everybody and knowing that they're gonna, whatever's gonna happen, that they're gonna be able to handle it. So she's gonna maybe take a little bit of a nap.
Cute. That's cute. She's like, okay, well, okay.
Okay.
So, Sharak and Marta, would you like to perceive anything?
Yeah, I'd
Great.
like. Just,
Show me your attempts at perception.
okay,
Okay.
I'm so good at this, guys. That's a 7.
Great.
That's a 13 plus.
I'm sorry, Joseph, 7 plus?
No, 7 total.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just fishing.
16.
Okay, so Sharak, you are, I assume, probably like sharpening your arrowheads, your blades, just in case. Last time we camped and someone came up surprisingly, we ended up in snake jail. So,
Yeah.
not doing the best job keeping an eye out, but you feel pretty ready. Marta with a 16. You also don't have dark vision, am I right?
No, I do not.
Okay. But it is also daytime, so I don't know why I asked. You eventually find the spot, because Bammy was just like, just a guy, and then he burrows and disappears into the sand somewhere. It's a freaking sand spider gator. But you eventually find it. This little blurry. It's literally just that heat waviness. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like the shape is moving, but maybe it's not. And you kind of keep an eye on it for the first couple hours. And Sharak has literally sharpened everything as sharp as it can possibly get. And then you still just keeping an eye on it. And with a 16, it has not gotten any bigger. Or closer, I should say.
Maybe they made camp too.
That also worries me. But if they're not getting any closer, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Hey, wait, one minute.
What's up?
Shark?
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to your person that's been talking to you again? Yet?
I'm gonna be fair, I'm not 100% certain how that all works.
Well, just talk to him.
He's a deity though? Should I be bothering him?
Well, he's bothering you. He's asking you to do stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah, but like again, deity kind of can do that. I'm not.
You don't have to be like a meanie butt about it. You can be like, hey, what's up? Like, I know you want me to like maybe help you out with things, but what am I supposed to do? Okay, just when you can. Thanks, bye. You can be nice about it.
I'm just not comfortable with it yet.
Do you want me to help? I talk to Baz all the time. I mean, like, we're like super tight and stuff, but I mean, I have like experience. Oh, I know. Maybe you'd feel better if you like wrote it out like a script. So you could just like, read it to them.
I'll consider it.
Okay.
Thank you for the offer, though.
Oh, no, anytime. I just thought you might feel comfier if you kind of knew what was expected of you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Don't worry about it. Go sleep.
And Shark does, eventually, now that he's been forced to think about things. But Marta, you stay awake for the rest of the daytime. It's one of those nights, one of those days when Baz doesn't show up. So you just kind of entertain yourself with reading, doodling, I don't know, whatever you do.
This
Throwing dice
card
for-
could maybe be him.
Kiss Squint. But nothing happens today. Like there's some like hares, as in like HARES, desert hares that like scamper by at some point. They don't stop and talk. They're in a bit of a rush, as hares are, But the shape on the horizon, the shape on the horizon doesn't change in any discernible way. And as the sun finally goes down, oh my gosh, it just occurs to me how boring this must be for Martha to just like keep watch literally all day. It just occurred to me.
No,
she's incredible.
She's very easy to entertain. So she's just like la la la. Ooh, bunnies.
She's
Okay, never
got
mind.
snacks. She's got a Game Boy. She's all right.
All set.
There's a dragonfly for like 5 straight minutes. She just thinks about that for the next 2 hours. That was a pretty dragonfly. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so eventually when the sun does set, the party reconvenes in the encroaching darkness. Just on the floor. Yes.
Did it get any closer?
No, it stayed about the same. Maybe I told Shark maybe they whatever they are, or maybe they made camp for the day too.
My concern is if they're following us, like actively following us, they might just be setting their pace with us. So when we stop, they stop.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna stay that far behind, then fine.
I mean, they haven't meant us any harm yet, from what we can tell.
And if they really want to catch up and like eat us or something, they could have done that while we were sleeping.
Hi, I worked with some fellas who captured folk on the regular. They could also just be waiting until we're close enough to their brood, hive, clan.
You think they're like herding us?
Possibly.
If I check where they were when I went to sleep, are they still there? Can I tell?
Roll perception, baby!
That is a 21.
I wish I could whisper in this game, but you're just gonna say it out loud anyway. So, no, they're not. They are still exactly as far away on the horizon, same size of blibbity bloop. But from when you looked when you went to sleep and when you woke up, they have like shifted.
By how
I don't know,
much?
30 degrees.
So Bammy's gonna, he'll be like, well, they're still there.
Well, if it does mean us harm, what can we do about it?
How far are we from the Rust Falls currently? Or
You
we just
are.
about to get into them?
With another full day's travel, you will get to the river, which I don't know if that's your guys' goal. But like to refill, well, you don't need to refill freaking water skins. Oh my gosh. But like the easiest like cut path through would be to follow the river, because then it wouldn't be like a maze of trying to figure out the different like ledges and canyons and things. So you can follow the river and eventually it will come out and we'll get to Caliber.
Yep. So we are still about a day from the Rust Falls. We could, travel when we get to the Rust Falls. We enter the Rust Falls, find a hiding spot, and wait.
Yeah, that's probably the smartest idea. It's either that, or if we wanted to confront this and figure it out as soon as possible, we could ride out towards them, but that slows our entire pace down.
And
Yeah, that would just be backtracking.
we've made an odd choice to shift that way. With my knowledge of the area, could I think of any discernible reason why they might have done that weird shift?
Roll survival for me. Well, actually, your background is the Outlander, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, frick, what am I making you roll survival for? Probably yes. There are probably a number of reasons why this could be a strategic option. One being, because I'm just going to say it was 30 degrees more toward the north.
Okay.
So one of the options would be, like Sharak was saying, if they were trying to put pressure on you to go a certain direction or not go a certain direction, or perhaps they were going, they're just moving north.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to the capital and not south.
Mm-hmm.
Or there is an oasis sort of up there in the north-ish area, but it would be like that one's kind of more far-fetched because water would be closer going to the Rust Falls at this point than going up toward the major oasis. Other than that, not really. There's not really unless they're just like, I want to unless they are literally circling around you to like, if they're traveling, like instead of wanting to travel behind you, they just want to travel abreast or like pass you or something. But it's kind of hard to consider them wanting to pass you.
Yeah.
But possibly. I mean, they are exactly as far away as before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just hard to tell. Who knows?
Yeah.
I do.
Well, I sure hope you do. Well, we should, keep an eye on it as we travel. But I think laying in wait for them in the Rust Falls is our best chance. And maybe we'll just spend a day resting and they won't show up.
I could just be being paranoid for no reason, and they just happen to be on our horizon.
Well, let's keep an eye on them, but keep on going.
I mean, solo travelers through the desert on foot, aside from me, are very odd.
Do you have
Yeah.
any brothers or sisters?
Nope, not that I know of.
Maybe they know about you now. Maybe they came to find you.
I mean,
That's another theory.
I just get on my horse.
Okay, Okay, and you guys begin another night of travel in this mood. This mood right here. Yeah, Bammi's an Outlander. I don't even know why I had you roll the first navigation check, because that's literally the Outlander feature, I think. Isn't it geography?
It's like you always know where you are.
Well, it's literally what the navigation roll was.
I mean, it makes sense if anybody
An
else.
excellent memory for maps and geography.
It's true.
Always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. You can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, assuming the land offers enough.
Yeah, which it does. In the northern deserts, at least, it does. In the southern deserts, it would be much more difficult. But anyway, as I was saying, you guys continue your trek for the night. Yeah, you do. you're going. If anybody wants to do anything, let me know.
Do you think they'd be your older brother or sister or your younger brother and sister?
I would have to assume older, because I was all alone when I hatched. And so they
Okay.
must have hatched before me and left. And
Well, they'd
taken
be
their
like
eggs with
like
them.
way older, like they were like a grown up when you were an egg.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Why are we assuming siblings? Why isn't it like his parents coming to find him?
Because it's just
And
one
with
person.
that, Shark will slow down Zell so he's like behind the whole group, and he's watching that point on the horizon. Because I think I'm the only one with dark vision.
That is true. No, Willow has dark vision. Don't you have dark vision?
I think I do, but I don't think it goes very far.
It doesn't go very far, but it's still dark vision.
Oh, let me see. It says on my sheet. Dark vision. Click. Oh, there we go. Turned it in chat.
Yep. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
Oh, okay.
But I just
You can
wanted,
see in the dark.
I just wanted to drop that nugget, and then just go to my job of watching the horizon.
Roll perception for me.
Cool. Hopefully this will be better.
It's better than a
That's
7.
That's better. 13.
Yeah, that is better than a 7. I will say that you can tell, again, that it has moved. Still staying just as far away, but it's just kind of like shifted. I'm gonna say like 20 degrees back toward the west.
But it's just constantly at that same distance.
Yeah, constantly just far enough that you can't make out any details.
I don't know this land. My next question would have been like if I had been from here, but I don't know this land, so I'm not gonna ask it.
If only you had any companions you could ask.
Oh, that is true. I look at Bammy. I like point at the angle where they're at. Like, is there anything in the opposite direction of them? Like, if I drew a straight line from them and then off that way, is there anything that way that we should be concerned about that they might try to drive us towards?
Well, I don't think they're in a good position to drive us to the Bay of Three Brothers. I mean, they're too far away. We would not... They're not at a close enough distance to really do much hurting of us. I mean, we have not adjusted our course because of them.
It's just if it's more than one. Like, say there's a group over the horizon we can't see right now, and they come charging in on horse. I'm just assuming everything out here wants to kill us.
What if they're just really tiny? And Bammy's gonna suddenly turn and just swat where he thinks the figure on the horizon is, just in case.
There you go.
Got him!
worried
You
about.
solved my tiny spy puzzle! Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, you swipe and nothing happens. However, I do want you to make a wisdom saving throw, Bammy.
Okay. That is another 12.
Yep. You swipe and you're like, it didn't work. But it's just this like slight creeping, fuzzy, not headache, just head buzz. That you're just kind of like, woo, maybe I'm dehydrated, and then you're fine.
Do I see like any sort of weirdness with Bammy?
Don't roll inside.
I'm better at that. 15.
Yeah, I think you would. You see like just a little bit of like a blinking, but I mean, it just looks tired for a second and then gets over it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be much cause for concern there. In that circumstance. Okay, great. Where was I? We were traveling?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Great.
It's maybe siblings, maybe parents, maybe it's multiple
yes.
people who are like taking turns trying to hurt us.
But yeah, so the point that you made, Bammy, Alex's Bammy, the Bay of Three Brothers, pretty much if you go anywhere in the easternly direction, you will eventually end up in the Bay of Three Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's just the river that leads to the Rust Falls, or like the upward eastern like horn of the Rust Falls. There's not a lot out here. It's a desert. As far as you would know, there are nomadic tribes, typically in the southern deserts. Sometimes they travel up toward the Rust Falls in the north, but usually not this far north. And then you do know about like the Druidic camps, but there isn't one directly east of you along the 20-degree latitude line that the person is on. Yeah.
Well, on a different note, it looks like we only have 2 more of the fruit left.
Oh,
I don't know who wants to eat them tomorrow, if we should hang on to them.
They're
Well,
gonna be good for
they'll
how
go
much
bad.
longer? Yeah.
Probably not too much longer. I mean, they've been keeping alright in the bag, but it's hard to tell how long they'll stay that way.
yeah. Let's eat the fruit before we eat anything else, I think.
Yeah, because I've been subtracting from our sheet food for us and animals.
Excellent. Thanks,
BT
Morgan.
dubs.
Thank you for keeping track. I appreciate that.
2 more fruit out of the 10 that we had.
8
We
days
traveled for
people
2
food.
days. Yep.
Just
Like,
gonna.
people do.
Okay, great.
What you rolling?
Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So as you guys, you make another day of travel. There are some like brief scares where you just kind of have to like scare off just like 1 or 2 frogs that are making their way up the dunes for the day. But it's not as large of a group as the first time, and they don't really bother you, especially when you're just like, we're just gonna take out our torches and be like, hey, back up.
Get back.
Yeah. But pretty much it's just another uneventful, cool night in the desert. And when you finally reach the river, I'm gonna grab it. Hold on. You're at the river now. Hold on. There you go. Hold on. I think I moved the whole map. But we're good. You did it. So as you make camp, I believe there was some strategizing that was happening about this moment as the sun is rising again.
I would like to cast a spell.
Oh, yes?
Divination?
Oh?
Yes.
Click that, please.
Click. So as well as like preparing for the evening prayers and getting ready. I'm like trying to think how I want to word this. A specific goal, event, or activity. I feel like this is in the realm, but maybe not like specifically. I don't know. I'll ask. But she like prays to the goddess and asks if this creature following us means us harm.
I accept that question as within the
Okay.
parameters of this spell. And then you can just subtract 25 gold I'm just going to assume
Yeah.
that you have 25 gold worth of incense and sacrificial offerings on your person.
Yes.
Because you're a good cleric.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more of a to-do than her normal prayers.
Yeah, it smells real nice. Pause on my chain of the outcomes I just gather additional spells. Okay, and as you pray this thing that you pray, you, because it is divination, you light certain candles, draw certain runes in the ground, like lay out your prayer mat, and then just kind of assume this pose that you have learned in all of your trainings. And then you just look up at the sky as the stars are fading to the sun. And then you just wait. And it takes several minutes as you just kind of have to basically meditate and just like open yourself up to like an answer. And as you look up at the stars and waiting for something, you do have a moment where the stars seem to they don't actually, but they seem to like rearrange themselves into a constellation that you recognize that wouldn't actually appear in the night sky at this time. Mm-hmm. And it just gives you the sense, no, they do not mean you harm.
Okay. All right, so
then just like as you blink, the stars look totally normal.
Just like, thank you. And then kind of cleans up her stuff and joins the rest of the crew, I guess, for planning.
So if we see we've got these cliffs here, I could hide up there and drop down on them and...
Why would you drop down on your big sister? That's not a very nice way. Unless like you're gonna give her like a big old bear hug, like, hello!
I mean, I am told
I'm
that
sure he
siblings
would
wrestle.
probably splat. I think he would crush somebody from that height.
And if they mean to hurt us, then I have done my job.
Well, about that, I've consulted with the goddess, and whatever that creature is, it doesn't mean us harm.
Oh, that's good. See, I told you it was your big sister.
The sky people spoke to you?
Yes.
I did not hear a big booming voice. Is that not how they speak?
Well, there are stories of that happening, but it's different for everyone else. So not today, not like that.
All right, well, then let's just make our plan to keep on moving.
I mean, I am a little curious now what this creature is.
I mean, we could still plan an ambush, but not a violent one.
Yeah, we could plan to meet them and see.
Because once we get into the Rust Falls, if they're following us, then they're going to have to get a lot closer to keep pace with us.
That's true, and it'd be harder to track us at what speed we're going at. Perhaps we just travel a little bit slower till they sort of catch up with us.
Yep.
I mean, we can, but we kind of have to like get going and like make sure the anchor stays and all that too. How much time do you think that's gonna take?
I'm not saying that we stop moving. Just maybe we add another day to our trip just because we slow down a little bit. I'm not going to slow us down just
Who
for
knows?
this person.
Perhaps when this creature loses sight of us, perhaps they will speed up. And we won't have to wait as long.
Okay.
Maybe they have nothing to do with us. But it would be good to know. We've had some unique experiences, and it's hard not to think that this might be connected to everything we've been through so far.
All right. As long as it's not going to take too long, we gotta We gotta keep going. We got a lot to do.
We're still moving in that direction.
All right. I mean, no offense, Bammy. I know it's family, but you know, like we're on a time crunch here.
Okay.
Yes, well, let's break line of sight from them and see what they do in response.
Great. So you guys make camp by a river, by the way. So if you guys wanted to like take some rest time and like have a nice bathe and get the dirt off of you for the past 3 days. Yeah, you've got the endless flask, like the flask of endless water, but like this is
It's like
not
bathing in it.
magically produced like sudden like plane of water. This is like actual earth water with like little fish friends.
The best water.
It's also like
Earth
bathing
water.
from a fire hose.
That's
Ah.
true.
How deep is it?
So you're at the western branch of 3 branches of this river. This one it's about, I don't know. I can't visualize feet in like horizontal plane or vertical plane. Actually, I just can't visualize distances. It's about as wide as a soccer field is wide. Is that too wide?
Here's feet in vertical and feet in horizontal.
Oh my gosh!
But
I'm so angry. You get an inspiration, and I'm upset about it. Rude. That was a good joke, and I hate it. So, like a kid's soccer field? Are they the same size as regular adult soccer fields? The width of a kid's soccer field, not the length of it. The width of it. That width is the width of this river, and it's shallow, and then it gets deep, and then it gets shallow again.
okay.
But the depth
Like
of it,
a river?
like a river, the depth of it at the deepest point, I'll say is like, how far is 10 feet? 10 feet?
Okay.
I'm not a geologist. They don't do rivers either.
Marta will wait and see the others and how deep it gets, and then maybe like look over and talk to some of the fish and be like, hi, is there anything like real big here in this part of the river that like wants to eat like big people?
It releases some bubbles.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's so rude of me. And she'll stick her head in the water and then try to talk to the fish down there.
Oh.
Do you know if there's anything down there?
Ah!
Oh, sorry to bother you. Is there anything like really big in this river that would like eat really big people like us?
Oh, not right here though. No. Like sometimes when you go up the like rocky part and gotta jump, sometimes there's like a and then there goes Tommy. But
Oh, like a bear?
I don't know.
Okay.
But like,
But nothing right here?
no, this is nice.
Okay, good. Well, it is real nice. All right.
Yeah,
Well, thank
that's
you.
fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
have a
okay.
good day.
All right, thanks, bye.
Oh, my hair dye. Oh no. It's probably just running all over.
It does bleed into the water a bit, and the fish are like, wow.
Oh.
All right.
But yeah, you're good, according to the fish.
Check
But yeah,
that.
so what were we doing? We're making camp. What was happening? I got so
Making
distracted by
camp.
bathing.
There's gonna be some river swimming, which Bammy's just gonna like huck his gear onto the shore and dive in.
Yeah. Swimming.
I mean, like, Shark's pretty much the same way. He will just not care, strip down naked and dive in.
Oh, I want to paint the scene. I just want to have a little brain picture. So you guys are all just like chilling in this river. It's so nice, especially because like as you're making camp, the sun is rising, so it's actually like kind of freaking cold when you first get in, but also like you're getting clean, which is great. And then as the sun is rising, it's just like nice. And like maybe you wait a little bit longer to actually like settle in for sleeping, because it's just like, oh man, Yes. Especially the two lizard boys who might, like, after swimming, be like, sun themselves on a rock.
Oh
It's
yeah.
literally
Lizard
steaming.
boys.
Especially with, like, there are just, like,
Oh.
some other, like, there's some other, like, river snakes and, like, lizards and geckos and stuff that are just chilling on that rock, just like, just sunning.
All the little ones, and then Bammy is the king.
And Shark is the Uncle King. The other
Oh,
king.
okay. It's all right. I can have animal friendship with snakes at will, so they're all with
Yeah, you
me.
do. You're like, hey, buddy, what's up? How's it going?
It's nice.
It is nice. This rock's my favorite rock.
Swimming sweet today.
Oh my
See those
gosh.
waves? They were sick.
I
All
love it.
snakes are
Surfer dude
surfers.
snakes.
Surfer snakes.
Surfer snakes. Surfer snakes.
Name's Jake Cool Ice. Anyway, there's some cool snakes.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
And so as you guys have a nice little wind down, eventually when you're like, okay, I'm done swimming, that was great and all, but God, peace. And when you look over, actually everybody roll perception, please, because everybody's aware and everybody's waiting for this thing.
Oh.
Finally rolled under 10 for this die, but that's
8.
still a 14.
Guys. Wait, perception?
Yeah. There's nothing to
15.
investigate. It's too far. You're relying on your senses.
15.
15, great.
Yeah.
Sharok?
8.
Eight buddies.
Oh,
Hi,
eight,
eight.
eight friends. Yeah. So 15 is still good. Willow is able to find the shape. I'm having a thought. So, Bammy, for the first time, maybe it's because there's water in your eyes. Maybe it's because you're just super relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, I can't tell. It's one of those shapes. Might be a tree. I don't know. You're just like, is it that one? Nope, that's literally a cactus. But Willow is able to point out the shape, and it might have gotten closer with a 15. You cannot confirm or deny, but where it was like directly west of you, as you guys had like kind of tucked in, like moved a little bit further towards the Rust Falls, like followed the river a little bit. So like the Rust Falls are kind of like starting like with some leaves and like boulders and stuff before you get into them proper. The shape does seem to have like changed angle a little bit back towards the northerly direction.
I think it's changed direction again. At least back north.
Not toward us, just a different direction.
I can't tell.
It's been going to the north as the sun is rising, and then shifts east or west again as the sun sets. That's as much as Bammy has.
I can only hold 2 facts at a time.
Well, we'll just keep an eye on it again, and if anyone looks mean, then I'll wake y'all up.
Okay. Do you want me to help you with your hair again before I go to sleep?
That
The
actually
color kind of came out a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed. Like some of it looks kind of like splotchy and kind of cool, but mostly it just kind of looks like it started washing out.
Let me help you with it.
Okay.
Puts on gloves. just kidding. But yeah, because didn't you get like a bottle?
That's
of
right. I
some
had a
of the
little bit of
dye?
extra. Yeah, so I can
Okay.
do touch-ups. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really cute.
Have a gal pal moment.
That's really sweet. Do you guys chat about anything while you pal it up?
So what do you do while we're sleeping?
I've been looking at those cards. That art is so pretty. I've never
Really
seen
nice,
anything
huh?
like it. And sometimes there's animals that go by. That's fun. And what was the question?
Well, I mean, I was just curious what you get up to while you're sleeping, because it seems like I don't know if it would be necessarily a gift I would ask for.
Really?
I mean, it seems useful. You'd have so much more time, but
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I get to read my book, and I get to, you know, see some things that people don't get to see because they're asleep. I don't have to miss anything.
yeah, you seem like the type who wouldn't want to miss anything. Probably enjoy that a lot.
There's always something going on. And sometimes Baz visit, well, when he has time. But yeah, otherwise I can read, and I can talk to things, and I can read.
Has Baz visited while we've been on this trip?
Oh yeah, he stopped by a few days ago.
Oh. And I guess your desire to be here is because of him?
Sort
that he
of.
wants you to be?
Well, I mean, he thinks it's a real good idea. But no, I have reasons.
Oh.
It's just very important.
I understand.
I don't mean to be like ooh about it, but
It's
you know,
alright. I understand.
I don't mind sharing secrets, but you know, sometimes secrets aren't yours to talk about. It's kind of like that.
She nods like very knowingly.
So it's just kind of like that. It's real important, but I can't really talk about all of it.
That's alright. If you ever do feel like you need to talk about it, though, even if it's
Thanks.
in a roundabout way, I'll be here to listen.
Like in code.
Or however.
Okay. Maybe I'll think about a code, and then we could talk about it.
I'm sure you'll come up with something.
I'm sure I will.
Well, I think I got the color in there.
No,
Let's
it's
see.
real nice. Thank you. Oh, I shouldn't touch it. It's probably still wet.
Yeah. I
I'll
need to
just-
go clean my hands now.
Thank you.
And Willow, when you dunk your hands in the river, the fish come over and they're like, hey. And they're just, I mean, they don't say anything to you, but they're just like blub. They're just
Yeah.
there. And then they like kind of like nibble at your fingers for a second, and then they're like, oh. And then they leave.
Oh.
Boys? Any boy bonding?
I mean, they're
Boinding, as you might say?
they're
Nope.
still. I mean, I would have assumed at one point they were, nearly naked, lying together in the sun,
Yeah.
within hands reach of each other. That's
Perfect.
about as much bonding as they need to do, I think.
Yeah,
Keep
they're not gonna
going. No.
Continue.
This is all just fan service for the ladies.
Yep. I was like, so how close were their hands? I need to know. In centimeters.
It's
On this
just
rock.
It's just far enough that they couldn't hold hands,
Oh no. That's so
but
sad.
close enough to be tempting.
Oh good. Okay. Well, I've got my bait for the rest of the season. Great. I've been fed well this day. Cool. Well, as everybody goes to bed, except for Marta. Do they? Do you go to bed? Is everybody just chilling? Is everybody going to bed? What's going on?
Is there enough sand for Bambi to burrow? Or is he gonna be in the tent at this point?
You could. It would not be comfortable because the sand is very interspersed with larger pieces and some rocks. Now that you're this close to the Rust Falls, so you could do it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I think Bambi's gonna start camping in the tent.
I mean, he's clean now, so he's welcome. That's me being judgy. I'm not even here. I'm not even in this tent. Also, he's a lizard, so does he
Welcome.
sweat? I don't think so. So great. Everyone naps except for
Sure,
Marta.
yeah. What?
He just breathes. He pants.
Depends how mammalian Dragonborn are.
Yeah.
They're not at all.
Because then
Oh.
he's exothermic instead of endothermic,
Yeah.
which means he doesn't sweat.
He just radiates.
Oh.
That's why them scales so shiny. But yeah, so Dragonborn in this world lay eggs, and the females do not have dimorphic features such as breasts, so they are all lizards. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to biology of fantasy today. You all get an A. So, Marta, as you're chilling, as you do, in the chilling way that you do,
I found a new joke from Baz.
yes.
I invented a new word. Plagiarism. You did not.
Thank you, Baz. You are the best. I love Baz so much. Please roll perception for me, as you are technically on watch, not just staying awake, but also on watch.
14 plus 3, 17.
Great. So as you are chilling as you do, how many times can I say that phrase? You keep an eye on the direction that you know that this shape is. With the 17, yeah, you can see it. And as you're watching it, it does seem to gain a little bit of color as the day goes on. It seems to turn yellow. Like you can like almost lose sight of it. But as time goes on, it seems to like shift a little bit. And then like I was just kind of waiting, and you have little ADHD moments, and then look back at it. Very quickly, you realize it is not the shape. It is in fact a different shape coming from the same direction as that first shape. So, I just realized I said shape like 7 times, so I was making fun of myself in the camera. So very quickly, you're like, oh, that's a bird, and then there's a bird, and it just flies into your camp and just kind of like flutters down onto the ground. This music is creepy.
Big.
Hold on, I'm freaking myself out with the creepy music. I'm changing it. I don't know what this sounds like. Well, this is nice. Yeah, okay. So this bird, small bird, flutters in. It is bright yellow. It's a skinny bird. It's got a skinny little needly sort of a beak. And like as it lands, it just kind of like does this musical little like chirp chirp. And then just like kind of like hops a little bit on the ground and like moves some pebbles.
Hi. Oh,
It looks up
speak
at
of
you.
animals. Hi.
It chirps.
Where'd you come from?
It chirps and like hops in a circle and just kind of like flutters and just like does a little one of those in the direction it came from.
Oh, okay.
I will say it is strange as you do this because it's not talking back to you, but does still seem to understand you.
Do you not talk much?
It does this like musical like trill and then like flutters a bit and then does like a little bit of a warble and like tosses its head back and forth and like skips and just like peep, peep, peeps.
Well, I mean, we don't have to talk. I mean, conversation's nice, but
Tweet. And it just kind of like goes around like moving pebbles and like just shifting around and eventually finds a bug and like chases it for a second and then catches it, eats it, and is very pleased. Then kind of looks at you and like tilts its head. It's a little one of these, like hops a little closer and then like hops away and hops a little closer and then hops away.
are you wanting to play tag? You just had to ask.
And it just like it seems to have a little bit of like bird attitude.
Birditude.
As it just kind of like tweets and like fluffs up, like it's all poofy, and then like just kind of like turns its head away and like chirps and tweets and like does a little song, and then like looks back at you, fluffs, and then it just like starts hopping towards like sort of like a hop jump flutter towards the tent. being small, it eventually reaches the tent. And
What
just,
are
like,
you
starts
doing?
poking it and looks back. Wait.
Hey, stay away from my friends. They're
Okay.
sleeping.
Do you actually like go over and like shoot
Yes,
it?
I will shoot it. Stay on the tent.
It like flutters away. It like tweets angrily at you, like flutters away, like flies and like lands on just like a rock nearby.
If you wanted to meet them, then maybe you could talk to me first.
It like flaps. It does like one of those puffy things, like flaps its wings and just like cheeps at you very like sharply, and then like calms down and starts preening.
You're an odd one. You know that?
There's a little musical sound.
Well, fine. You sit there and I'll sit here and nobody goes in the tent. All right?
It tweets.
Okay, then.
Eventually it flutters down to a rock that's lower than the one that it landed on. It just kind of like looks around, scratches the rock a little bit, shifts some pebbles around with its beak, preens.
What are you doing here?
And I wish I was a better like voice actor. I wish I was D. Bradley Baker. I wish I could whistle. But it like does this like sassy sort of like it's just like flutters.
Well, you can hang out here later if you want, but right now we're hanging out here. And unless you want to chat, then maybe you should like scooch on.
I can't do this, but I'm doing this. And then it just kind of like it hops up on the rocks again, hops up on the top rock, and then just kind of like fluffs again. It does like one of those like bird shivery things, and then alights and like seems to fly away, and very quickly circles back around and just lands on top of the tent.
Will you get off the tent? Get off the tent.
It just like hops along it, like just stays just out of your reach. It's like. And then flies down on the opposite side of the tent.
I'm gonna chase it.
It is like poking at the tent and like looking for where the flat, like the bottom of the side is. As you come around the side, it's literally like trying to burrow under the rocks. And,
I will snatch a bird. I will snatch a bird.
It tries to fly away, so please roll dexterity.
Natural 20.
Oh my gosh, this bird does not roll well enough. As it's trying to burrow when you run up, it thinks it has more time than it does. But Marta is not messing around. Yes. Yes. So, Alex, Bammy, but not Bammy. One eye opens immediately. But Marta, you are not having any of this bird, and you legit snatch it. Like it thinks it can burrow and starts to fly away, but you like grab it just gently. You've caught birds before. But you just like get its wings like by its side, pick it up like a chicken, but a bird. And make sure you have the wings stuck in there, and it just starts tweeting. It's just chirping and warbling. It has this like, it like tucks its head back and like has this like open beaked, like almost like if it were a bigger bird, it would be like a honk, but it's just like sort of like thing.
I'm not gonna hurt you, but you can't go in there where my friends are asleep.
It just like starts batting you in the fingers with its beak, like not stabbing you, even though like it could. It has an angle to it. It just like starts like it's like like hitting you with the side of its beak.
What is going on with you, little friend?
Would it make sense at this point for my character to come out of the tent?
Yes. If it would to you.
Yeah, I think they're like, what is going on? What is this nonsense? So you see Bammy come out of the tent, and
I'm so sorry, Bammy. This little jerk is being loud. I'm sorry. Don't you even start with me. Just go back to sleep. I'll try to shoo it off, and you all get a little more rest. Shh, I am talking.
Let's see. I'm checking some things. I don't think I have anything that would. Well, would comprehend languages apply to bird sheeps?
Birds? Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But I will say that as soon as like Marta like comes around the side of the tent enough, and it's just like, I am talking, and the bird like comes around to see, it just starts like squawking almost, but like very tiny bird squawks, just like very alarmed isn't quite the right word, but it turns towards you and just starts like honking. And then like will like doze off into like a little trill, and just like try and like flutter against Marta's hands, and then just like.
Do you?
Let
Maybe.
me. And you see Bammy go over and try and hold out the hand, see if the bird's gonna fly into their hand.
Sure.
Marta opens her hands.
Mm-hmm.
The bird stands up, like fluffs, and like starts to like preen some very like few kinked feathers. Turns around, just like back,
Well, don't go into the tent.
and just like just hops on over into Bammy's hands.
Do you know each other?
I do not think so.
If a bird could look affronted. The bird like kind of like tucks down, like tucks its feet under it. It just does that little like it fluffs its bottom feathers thing, and just like nests in Bammy's hands. Bammy's hands.
Well, they seem to feel very comfortable with you.
Yes, do I know you?
Cheep, cheep, cheep. There's a little song. Roll nature?
Okay. Hold on, I just want to check something between the sheets. Okay, no. For a second I was worried that Bammy had a better nature modifier, but he's just proficient.
That would be unfortunate.
So that's a natural 20 for 22. Or
Excellent.
23.
Well, this bird is a yellow warbler, which is a type of bird that doesn't usually fly this far south. Yes, it does enjoy the desert climates, but it usually hangs out near the Ditchen Hills and like the lakes up there. Sometimes it comes out to the river, like that northern river that goes to the Bay of Three Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't usually come all the way to the Rust Falls. It doesn't have... It's not very high in the pecking order. So it doesn't usually come out this way where there are lots of like predatory birds or like just not a lot of defenses for it. It is an omnivore, but it only goes after like bugs and like little tiny berries.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good fighting bird. It is a little musical songbird.
Yeah. I think Bammy is gonna look at it for a second and just say, "You aren't someone's familiar by chance, are you?"
It chirps and sings in a neutral sort of a bird way.
Is that why I wouldn't talk to me?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out why this bird seems to... I guess it knows me?
I mean,
The bird
do you
hops
remember-
up and flaps a little bit and like just stands and like starts scratching itself with one leg. Doing bird things, you know.
Do you remember meeting a bright yellow bird before?
I mean, it's a yellow warbler. This is not their natural climate. They don't typically come this far south.
I mean, you personally, do you remember meeting a bright yellow bird?
In a dream. Is there is there someone is there any incident where a yellow warbler would stick out?
Roll me history.
Okay. Not quite a natural 20, 25.
The more that you're thinking about it, not, Bammy.
Mm-hmm.
there is something familiar. And not familiar like wizards familiar, but like there's something familiar.
But not too familiar.
But not familiar. Self-inspiration. But it was from Alex, so. About not specifically this bird, but there is something that like niggles the back of your mind about yellow birds.
Don't think I knew this yellow bird. I think the bird I knew might have been bigger. A big bird, if you would.
As that happens, the bird chirps a little bit, looks at Marta, and like would stick out its tongue if it could, and then just flies back directly the same way it came.
This is probably a terrible idea, but I'm going to go follow the bird. You might
Wait,
want
what?
to wake up the others.
Why?
I don't know if I'm going to follow it very far. I at least want to confirm where it's going.
What? Oh, okay.
And just to step back for a second, we've been kind of dancing around it a bit, but Bammi's mannerisms are completely different right now. The voice is different. He's carrying himself in a way that I don't think Marta has ever seen.
Okay. Are you okay?
Well, I mean, yes, I am fine. I'm just going to go follow the bird.
Roll performance!
16.
Roll insight!
Okay. Oh. That's an 18 plus 3. That's a 21.
Bammi's not acting right. It's not Bammi. This is not Bambi behavior. Bambi doesn't sound like that. And he definitely doesn't sound like that when he's pretending to sound like that.
She'll step around and look in the tent and see if there's another Bammi in there.
There's not another Bammi.
Who are you?
We can have this conversation when I'm back, but I do want to check on that bird. Something tells me it's
You're not
important.
taking Bammi's body anywhere. You're gonna tell me who you are.
All right. And I think throughout this, you'll see that Bammi's head keeps turning to look and like check where the bird flew off, see if it's coming back or anything. But the short version is that I am a passenger of sorts in Bammi's body.
Are you a ghost?
I don't think so.
Are you gonna hurt Bammi?
No. That is the one thing I would never do. But
Do I believe them?
Roll insight. Thank you. Bammi's Morgan, take an inspiration.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's a 14.
Roll whatever you need to roll. Not Bammi.
yeah. That is 21 on persuasion.
Great. I'm gonna say you do. There's just something extremely earnest about the way that this person speaks in with Bammi's mouth. Yeah. You have talked to a lot of people in your traveling down to the desert, and there is no reason to not believe what they're saying.
Okay. Well. Hi, I'm Marta.
Yes, I know who you are.
I wasn't sure how that worked. If
I
you-
still haven't figured out a good way to say this, but I'm kind of always watching.
Yeah, you're right. You need to figure out a better way to say that. That kind of sounds creepy.
I see what Bammy sees. I also see some things he doesn't. Like right now, he is, for all intents and purposes, asleep.
Okay. So he won't know that we had this talk when he
Nope.
wakes up?
Nope, and he does not know I am here.
Is he not supposed to know?
Not yet. I am worried what he might do if he knew or suspected.
Do I have to keep a secret now?
Sort of. The others are somewhat aware of my presence. Willow more so than Sharok.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you have been out of the loop this long, but I don't always get to come out, as it were.
Are you like locked up in a cage inside Bammy's body?
That's not a terrible analogy, in as much as I don't know what my situation is precisely.
Do you want your own body?
Eventually, but in what little research I've been able to do well in this desert for all of Bammy's life, I have yet to find a way that would allow me to get my own body.
Okay. I have a friend who's really smart. I could ask him.
Your boss? I mean, you could try. Would be curious to know what his sort of insight into this situation would be, seeing as,
Well, I mean, he knows everything, so I mean, I could definitely ask.
Sure, go ahead and ask.
Okay.
You can tell there was something else that Bammy was thinking about saying, but decided against it. But I mean, yes.
Well, what's your name?
I wish I knew.
You don't have a name?
I'm sure I had one, but I've forgotten it, as with so many other things.
Well, this is great. You get to pick a name. Like, no one gets to do that. Like, everyone just gets a name. Well, let's pick your name.
In what feels like another lifetime, there were those who tried to call me Betty. I don't think I'm much of a Betty.
Betty?
Wait, time out. Alex, she doesn't remember her name?
Oh, she doesn't remember any of that, right, Lindsay?
No, I thought that Bammy didn't remember, but she did.
Okay, I wasn't sure how much you wanted her to remember of all that. But so, actually, scratch all that then. Well, I don't remember much, but I do know that my name is Nezrin.
Nezrin? That's real pretty. I like that. Well, Nezrin, if you want to go look for the snooty little bird, that's fine. Should I tell the others that you saw something and you went to go look at it?
If I'm not back in a couple minutes, like I said, I think I'm just gonna go check and see where it flew off to, see what I can discern.
What's so important about this bird?
It reminds me a bit of someone I met briefly.
Okay. Well, if it helps. All right. Well, if you're not back in 5 minutes, then I'll wake up the others and say that you thought you saw something. If I don't get to talk to you when you get back, it was nice to meet you.
It was good to finally get the chance to talk to you two.
If Baz knows anything? How do I tell you?
That is a good question. I'm usually most able to come out when Bammy is going to sleep. So you could try saying my name if Bammy is asleep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe what if he like wakes up and gets real creeped out, like Miami? That'd be like super creepy. If someone did that. I'll try. I'll just try to make sure he's like definitely asleep.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go see if I can find that bird.
Oh yeah, go get your bird. All right, bye.
So Nesrin, I don't know if I need to make you roll for this. You just start walking off in that direction. I will say sooner rather than later. Like, you don't have to walk a full 3 hours to find something. But it is, I don't know. I feel like you can decide how you feel, but I feel like it might be a little bit strange to for Nesrin to be awake right now. When it's been a long time since she just had time and wasn't strenuous or trying to use her time as much as she possibly could or solve a problem that Pammy was in.
Yeah.
It's been a while since she could just be. So maybe the walk is full of some feelings. I don't know. But I'll say it's probably just 20 minutes in a walk before she sees a flash of yellow approaching. This time it's flying a little bit more unsteadily, and when it arrives, it just kind of it bops in the air a bit as it greets you with a few oh dear, what is that bug? I'm so sorry. There's a bug in my house.
You'll be fine.
It's a large bug. But it tweets a greeting. It chirps. It's like, hi, but it's a bird, so it doesn't say anything. Anyway, it arrives and lands on your shoulder or hand or something, anything that's outstretched. If anything is outstretched. If not, then it lands on a rock nearby.
Fall on Disney princess finger.
Yeah. It clumsily lands on your finger with one leg, and then it just holds out another leg. Look at this leg I got. Because it's got a little roll of paper wrapped around its leg.
Oh, let me see what you got there.
Here you go. And as you gently pull off this little tiny shred of paper and miniature fortune cookie style, unroll it, there is a little tiny message written on it in ink, it's normal person stuff. But it is in a very shaky, I would almost describe it as a spidery sort of calligraphy. The hand that wrote it was not steady. And it is in Draconic. And it says, "Don't worry."
Is that it?
That's it.
Do you know Bot? I asked the bird.
It cocks its head to the side and just kind of cheeps and shrugs and flaps a little bit.
Take that as a no.
And as you're just kind of cool, this is not what I expected, and maybe are considering turning around to leave, you see another glimmer of yellow as another little bird flies into your vision, approaches, tweets a little bit, and then goes to land on something. Do you offer anything to land on?
Yeah, probably the other hand. So I've got two birds in the hand. How many birds in the bush is that worth?
4. So it lands on your finger. It just kind of does like a little cheep. It lands on both legs, and then it just like holds out a leg, and there's another scrap of paper on it. And when you grab the scrap of paper, because you better, and unroll it, it says, "I'm still here."
Are you from Cole?
This bird just kind of like looks at the other bird. The bird's like, cheep, cheep, cheep. Or it's just like, cheep.
Do you not know names? Are names not helpful?
It just like, it puffs up a bit and like tucks its head down. It's like, cheep, 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 cheep. Offended, apparently.
Okay, so you know names, but apparently these are not who I think they're from. I'm going to cast Detect Magic, just see if I get anything.
Yep, you do. It tells School of Magic, right?
Yeah, let me click it.
What is School of Magic? Okay.
Why is it not in my sheet, even though I can do it at will?
I don't know.
Alright, please hold.
I know the spell. It's Schools of Magic within like 30 or 60 feet or something.
Yeah.
But as soon as you cast it, the birds on your fingers are just like little bird-shaped bright lights of transmutation. As you're contemplating this new truth, there is a very bright light that is flying towards you, and it's another bird-shaped light, which comes over and lands on your shoulder and sticks out a leg in your face.
I do some bird shuffling and shove the messages into probably Bammy's bandolier and check this message.
This one says, "You're doing well." There's another bird that comes that says, "You'll find it." And then there's another bird that comes and says, and that note says, and all these birds are just like, they just start tweeting at each other. They're just like chirping. They're just like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" The 5th bird's note says, "You'll be fine." The 6th note says, "Ask if you need," period. And then there's the 7th bird. So many birds.
Morgan, here's your next stream project, Bammy, with all the birds.
So many birds. All of them are yellow. They're not all yellow warblers, though. The 7th note says, "It has begun." And as you wait, there are no more birds. And like, pretty much as soon as you read that last one and kind of like tuck and look around, all of the birds get up and fly away. And not just like away, but like in the same direction. Toward that blurry shape that has not gotten any closer.
Alright, well, should probably go and get the others.
As you make it back to camp, Marta,
Yeah, after
Nesrin
5 minutes.
yeah, Nesrin has been gone for about an hour. I still think it's daytime. I don't think anybody, like, it's still sleepy. It's still sleepy. So unless someone got up in the middle of the day to pee, Marta's just been alone panicking, probably.
After 5 minutes, she'll just start like trying to message out and see if she can like
You
catch.
good? You good? Are you good?
Nezrin, you there? Are you there? Are you okay? Did you find the bird? Like, and I'm assuming they've gone a little too far, so can't really.
Yeah, 20-minute walk, I would think so. But as soon as you're within, I think it's 250 feet, 500 feet, something like that for message, you hear Marta's voice. And you're just like, okay, find a bird. Hello?
Yes, son. I'm on my way back. We should probably wake the others. I think we need to go and meet the figure.
Why?
Here, let me get close enough to do this in person.
I guess I'll start waking everybody. Yep.
And as you were doing so, we're going to take a break.
Hey!
So many birds, so little time. All right, remember everybody, this is Good Game Night's Tidefall version. We're in the desert with some bird friends. Go take care of yourself for a hot minute. We will also do that. And we'll be here when you get back.
We'll be back soon.
They
we
really
got...
need to update Twitter's character limits, I swear.
Yeah.
Seriously. The papers were really small, okay?
We've got sort of kind of new-ish art in the break, or at the very least we've got a group photo now, so
I finally
you'll get
got
to
my
enjoy that.
act together.
Oh!
But yeah, we'll be back soon.
See you in a bit.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to the fireside chat of Tidefall. Good game nights.
If only
I
I,
don't
had
know, I
a fire
decided-
graphic to just.
This is me and my wine. It's water. Magic. Turn wine into water.
Look at you.
Welcome back.
Does that mean you're the Antichrist?
Oh no. I did
Oh
not
no.
did not think about these implications at all before I made a bad joke. Anyway,
Mine was
welcome
worse.
back, where you can expect content that's just this well thought out from me. Anyway, we just had an interesting encounter of the bird kind. So we're coming back to that. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. I thought it was
I was-
clever.
Mhm.
I was gonna whistle the theme, but I stopped myself.
Thank you. Self-inflicted. So the party is camping next to a river in a desert before they go into basically why can't I think of it? Bryce Canyon,
No.
the Grand Canyon.
The Rust
The
Falls.
Rust
No.
Falls?
Yeah, Zion National Park, basically.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then Bammy woke up as not Bammy, had a chat with Marta, chased a bird, and met 6 other birds who had some beats. And then left. Now Nesrin is back at camp just now, as Marta is waking everybody up in the middle of the day, in the middle of the broad daylight,
Yeah.
middle of your sleepings.
As Marta's waking people up, Nesrin is gonna try and rack her memories and see if she can remember what the name of her patron might be.
Go for it.
Is this gonna be history, just straight intelligence?
Oh, that's a good point. I should tell you what you're rolling.
Just roll stuff.
It doesn't even roll. No, do roll history for me, please.
Okay, that is 24.
Holy cow!
The dice have been saving up all their luck. They've been sucking it from all the other games and funneling
Yeah,
it
apparently,
towards
what the
this.
heck?
For this moment, the long awaited. Okay. Your patron's name is Aemon. Aemmyn.
Aemmyn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So gonna be, arranging the messages in order and just be like, is this you, Eamon?
I will also say, with a 24, you remember that Aemon is one of many names that your patron has. But it's the only one you remember. Aemon, comma, the champion.
Gotcha.
Like, it's one of those things when you, kind of like when you're sitting at a test trying to remember an exact equation, and like you feel like it's close,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite right.
Okay. All right. Also music.
Oh yeah, I turned that off. We're gonna come back to this one. Maybe. Oh, that seems way too exciting. Nope.
Oh.
What's this one? Ooh, this is nice and mysterious. Yes, good. We're gonna do this. As everyone wakes up in the middle of the broad daylight. Martha, how do you go about this?
Hey. Sorry to wake you up, but Bammy went to chase
The
a
figure?
bird and says that we need to go look at these people that have been chasing us.
Am I still asleep?
Oh.
Did you just say Bammy was chasing a bird?
Yeah. To be
Okay.
fair, it was a really rude bird.
Okay. Well, so is he still gone?
He's
Has he not
coming
come back?
back,
Okay.
but he says we gotta go see about the bird.
Okay.
So let's get up.
All right. Sorry, you seem a little off. Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, Yeah, it's real weird. It's all.
The bird or something else?
Well, the bird was a little stinker, so I mean that was weird.
I mean, they're birds. They're kind of rude.
Like it wouldn't go away from the tent. It just had to be in the tent.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get going then. What? Oh, it's still very much daytime.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. Where did he go? Which direction?
Over there.
Crunch, crunch. Nesrin has arrived. That was the gravel under their feet.
Ah, right there.
Hi, Bammy.
It's alright, Marta. Willow, Shark, sorry to wake you. I think
Oh.
I have been contacted by the person following us. Oh, also, it's been a bit since I've been awake, but hello.
It's been several months.
Yes,
I
and
knew something was weird about Bammy when he started casting magic.
yes, that is me. Bammy does not do magic, although points to the circlet. That should be a fun little toy for him once he figures that out.
Wait, have you all known that she was in Bammy the whole time?
Well, I mean, I've seen Bammy do magic like once, and there was something weird about him. I figured something was going on. Maybe a split personality thing.
Yeah. Like I said, she only shows up every once in a while, and it's usually very briefly. So the fact that you're here for longer is surprising, but it's good to see you again.
Yes, I
I'm
remember
sorry,
my name
Marta, I
now.
didn't. What is it?
No, it's okay. It wasn't your story to tell, but why hasn't anyone told Bammy about this?
I figured he knew.
He does not know, and I am worried how he might take the knowledge that there is someone else inside his head. You know, he can be very straightforward about some things.
Well, then just tell him real straightforward. Hi, there's a real nice person who doesn't have a body, but kind of shares yours right now. They're real nice, and that's it.
I don't think Bammy would handle that well. You might think there's actually
There's the
someone
possibility he would try
in
to
there.
rip himself open to get the other person out.
He's very literal.
Okay.
He literally thinks sky people are sky people.
I've been trying to figure out a way that we could somehow explain it to him, but also she asked that we not tell him yet. But you said you knew your name now.
Yes, Nesrin, which is much better than Betty.
Yeah,
I
it
kind of
sounds-
like Betty. Who gave you Betty?
Well, I mean, when we did it, she couldn't remember her name at first. When we first was it Cole? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was
Somebody-
Amon.
A friend
Yes.
suggested that name, but it didn't quite.
Didn't fit, but anyway, like Marta said, a bird came, was rather insistent, and apparently had a message for me, as did 6 of its friends.
That's a lot of birds.
Yes, I'm not sure, though. After they delivered their messages, they all flew off together back towards the figure that's been following us. They were all made of magic, so they were magic birds, which may be
We
why
should go
they weren't able
talk
to
to
speak.
this person.
At the very least, I wish to. I assumed you all would at least want to be aware, perhaps come with, but I have a feeling this may be personal matter. Sounds odd, but this may be my patron trying to reach out to me.
Do you have a patron too?
Yes, though my memories of them are a bit shaky. I did remember one of their names, Aemon the Champion. But anyway, all that to say,
Does that mean anything to me?
You may roll. What intelligence skills are you proficient in?
So here's the deal. I'm a bard. I have half proficiency.
All of them. Okay. Let's see.
Literally all of them.
You may roll either. What would come up? History, religion, nature work. No, not medicine. The other one's investigation, so no. Yeah, just those two. History or religion, whichever you prefer.
Well, they are the same, and
Great.
Let's see what happens. That's a 19.
The name Eamon doesn't mean anything to you, but the title The Champion narrows it down quite a lot. At first, like your first blush is like maybe, I'm sorry, did you do history or religion?
I go with religion.
Okay. The Champion, at first you're like maybe Ventus, the god of like war and battle and victory. But like the Champion has never been one of Ventus's titles. And then you think like maybe Delling, the god of the dawn. Like there's been some folklore and like religious stories about Delling sometimes being a part of big old god battles and stuff, intervening in mortal affairs. But again, like sometimes he's been called a champion, or like champion of blah, but like the champion doesn't really fit. So you feel like it's probably some sort of significant figure, but old enough that you're not familiar with exactly who.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
Okay. Well, we should probably go while you're still yourself, Nesrin.
yes. Yeah. Oh,
What are we
So-
gonna tell Bammy if he just wakes up in the middle of all this?
that you decided that, after waiting, the figure hadn't come any closer, and so the ambush wasn't going to work, and so you decided to just approach them.
That works.
Although, one other thing, before I forget or fade away, I sort of may have come across some knowledge on how we can cross the Pyrean Sea.
Oh,
Let's walk and
How?
talk.
Okay.
Um,
How?
there,
Everyone roll perception.
perception. Okay.
including me.
4.
Nice one.
19.
Oh, that was so good. Hang on.
Wow, Sharak. You're a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed little boy.
I only have a +1.
22.
18.
Okay. 22, 18, and sorry, Marta.
19.
19. Great. So you three are absolutely certain as you look around, you're like, okay, we're gonna go find that figure. It is gone. You are absolutely 100% sure. Also, you're 100% sure, at least Nesrin, that you had just double checked. Like while you were talking, like you were perpetually like, oh, we need to go walk that way. Like, let's walk and talk. And Marta, you remember checking, like when Nesrin came back, you're like, okay, like just marked it just because of this whole thing. So you're 100% sure it is not there. And you're 100% sure that it just was. Like just.
Oh, that makes things difficult.
Do you think it heard us coming?
Possibly, or maybe message delivered and it can leave now.
Or, I mean, if it's a god or your patron or whatever, they might not want to be approached.
That is possible, but we can at least head in that direction for just a little bit while I mention what I learned about the Pyrean Sea, which this knowledge I came from a witch, though that is not her true form. She may be a goddess of knowledge. My memories are a bit unclear around this, but I apparently had a personal connection with them too. Anyway, there have been a lot of recent revelations for me, but to cross the Pyrean Sea, it will be a twofold journey.
Alright.
First, we have to walk on it or through it, I'm not sure, but we have to ask permission first. Of who or what, I'm not sure. But the sea will not swallow us if we have permission. And
Is there a deity that runs the sea that maybe we could like send him a letter or something?
that would be more Willow's wheelhouse than mine.
Nothing immediately comes to mind, but we are going to Caliper.
Like roll religion, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me think.
Oh, hell, I'm proficient in religion. When did that happen?
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration because I just rolled a 1.
Oh,
Aw.
Oh, it fell on the floor. Doesn't count.
be the halfling you know you are.
Deep down, I'm always a halfling. That's not much better. Well, 7.
No. There aren't really usually gods of specific geographical areas,
Yeah.
typically.
Nothing comes to mind. But I'm sure it must be some sort of creature's domain. Maybe not, if not a deity, perhaps even the earth itself there could be. I don't know if sentient's the right word, but this world is vast and has some unique things in it.
Once we get to Caliper, if I ever come out to play once we're there, I can do some research, but all that said, we need to get permission, and then we will eventually need a ship to sail, because the anchor, though it is in the Pyrean Sea, it moves constantly.
Oh, so we will.
How do you know
To
that?
sail the seas.
Again, conversation with a goddess of knowledge.
You were talking with a goddess of knowledge while you were in Bammy's head?
This was a whole thing. We were maybe in Dunroan? I'm not sure. Things got a bit weird.
So, but before then, you must be remembering from before.
I'm not sure. Like I said, there must have been powerful magics involved. Possibly some time dilation. Maybe even time travel.
So the goddess of knowledge didn't jump into Bammy's head and like
No,
have
no.
tea with you or anything?
No, there were others there as well.
You said she was a witch, or appeared as a witch.
Yes.
Maybe that's something we can look into.
If we ever make our way over to Dunroan, which, if we do, I know some people there, apparently.
I mean, if we're going to be checking out all the anchors, we'll have to pass through that way.
Never been there before.
It's cold.
Wow.
I haven't either.
You're going
I've
to see a
heard of
lot of
cold.
trees.
Oh, trees.
Trees.
There
That's
were-
even more exciting.
There were lots of trees. Most of them tried to kill us while we were there.
Oh. I'm sure there's nice trees, right?
There's
Probably.
definitely nice trees. I grew up with a lot of very nice trees.
Okay.
So, Nestrin,
Mhm.
sorry, really quick, wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Been a
Real
long
quick.
time.
Well, that came out of the what do you call the thing where you
The
roll
tray.
the dice tray?
That's right.
Table. The table.
Even
ding
though
dang
that was
thingaling.
actually a pretty good roll. That's worse. That's a 15.
Oh, that's not bad. And that's when you start to feel like it's almost like a pulling sensation
Mm-hmm.
of, you are not long for this world.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I have been awake fairly long. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to stay here. But yes, we should. Do I get the sense that it would even be worth it to try and travel to where we think the figure was and look for traces, or is there too much magic afoot?
You may roll.
Magic.
Jack.
I want to say insight, but that seems dumb. Just because it's basically you being insightful, but the insight skill isn't really applicable.
Mm-hmm.
How about insight with charisma?
Okay,
Mm.
that is much better. Well, so that is going to be. That's only a 12.
It's well, okay. Being that you have lost a lot of your memories, Nesrin, you get the feeling like this is something you should know, but like it's a familiar, irritating feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when you've studied really, 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 really hard, and you go into a test and you're like, I know that I know this, but for some godforsaken reason, I cannot think of it. That's literally what's happening right now.
Frustrating.
So I don't know. Could be yes, could be no. You genuinely can't tell.
So this.
But I was just gonna have as a double check something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Click something for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Click something over here. Here. Like this. Okay. Sorry. Nothing to report. Sorry for the delay. Go on.
Based on what has occurred, again, I suspect maybe that was my patron who was following us. I don't know why they would have been shifting around, or not so much that it was them following, but I'm not sure who else could have sent these messages to me, or written these particular messages to me. Obviously plenty of people could send messages to me or to Bammy.
I mean, we did start to have some sort of theory about the sun. Maybe there's something to that.
Would Nesrin have any idea about why they were shifting angles? With her vastly superior intellect.
Roll investigation as you are deducing based on information previously acquired.
Yeah.
And Marta and Willow, would you please roll religion? Also Sharak, because you're a freaking bard.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my inspiration
bards.
because that was a natural 2. So let me try and get something better.
18.
22.
21 investigation.
Okay, guys. We're gonna
17.
outroll the cleric on
Hey,
religious
mine's
stuff.
investigation.
I rolled a 19.
Sharak, you want to tell me your feelings?
17.
17. Okay, great.
Oh,
So
very
first the investigation. Nope, just kidding. I'll do the investigation last. So when Nesrin was like, I don't know, I was doing these messages maybe from my Patreon, I don't know. So you guys are thinking back of like, there was a bird, then there were 6 more birds, for a total of 7 birds, just randomly. I forgot all y'all's rolls.
1 and 2.
22, 18,
17.
17. So 17. That's very specific. I feel like this is a very Sharok thing to be realizing. I'm like, you don't necessarily, like, it doesn't ring any bells per se. But the number 7, just like the number 3 and sometimes the number 4, is very significant in like religious iconography a lot of the time. So the fact that it was precisely 7 birds just gives you pause. Not 7.5. Sorry, this is a dumb joke.
Half a bird. Oh no.
Willow
Creature.
with an 18. All that you can remember is like a drawing. No, what's it called? Like an etching? No.
Mm-hmm.
When like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the type of
Describe
art.
it. Yes,
when they carve a thing on a rock and then like they put in the ink and then, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like a print.
Yeah, they do that. There were some of those in a text that you were reading once. Just like a bunch. I was just like, hey, look at these cool old religious like art things and like carvings and crap that we found once and other times. Look at them. Look how cool. You cannot remember the context in which you saw it, but there was a figure in a robe, just kind of standing, not T-pose for dominance, but just like standing with a ring around them of 7 small birds. And it was a very simple artistic rendition because it was that like art style.
Yeah.
But all you can remember is that image and that it's old.
Old as balls.
Yeah, old as balls.
Okay.
With a 22, I'm trying to think of a rational reason why you would know this.
In my book somewhere.
Yes, your ever-changing Book of Shadows. You also remember... Oh no, again, another thing I did not think of. You remember seeing that pictograph. Is that what it's called? Picture.
Is
drawing.
now.
Ink blot. Very deliberate ink blotting.
It's I just call it. Yeah, it's a print. Printed.
Yeah. You also remember reading. I wrote this and I have to say it out loud. Izanayat, Izzonait, comma, the Enigma.
Can you put that in chat, please?
Yes, absolutely. So again, robed figure with, how do I pose like this? Like a Y shoulder, like a shrug, but like a, like, you know, I feel like it's a religious sort of pose, with a ring of 7 birds, just like around them, just like from hand to hand. Not juggling birds, but it's just a picture. Just calm down, PETA. But at the same time, like you remember like flipping the page and almost like a Captain Underpants book when it's just like the same picture but different.
Of course, you would put a flip page in her.
Instead of 7 birds, it was 7 dragons. And instead of a person standing there, it was a dragon with like it's almost like what looked like a crown of horns. Not like crown of horns, but just like its skull shape is like, it's got a lot of pokies, so it looks like a crown, which isn't usual for dragons. Usually they have like 1 or 2 or like a fin.
I think I remember something. I'm gonna see if I can try to find it in my book still.
Okay, great. And while you're doing that, when Marta's like, wait, flip. You rolled was it a 21 for investigation, Esrin?
22.
22, even?
No, 21.
Okay, my
Sorry.
memory is good. As you're looking around, like, just kind of, I feel like getting frustrated. Like this figure disappeared, like this whole weird thing happened. They were following us for like 2 straight days. And then I get these weird enigmatic messages from these dang stupid birds. And then as soon as I want to go find out more information, just like always, it slips away from me.
And I will be using Detect Magic if that helps.
It does. So you just kind of start looking around, like you recognize this vague area as sort of where you ended up, like the birds ended up meeting you. And you see some slight changes. There seems to be, because this ground is really, really flat and has started getting rocky, but it isn't rocky yet. So you can actually see footprints that are like actual like boot prints that were not yours, because I don't think Bambi wears shoes.
No.
But like there are a bunch of like paw prints and things that are just like old, dusted away, like some wind, some like rolling tumbleweed markings. But then recently, there was somebody here that went and sat down on this rock right here. And there is a faint glimmer of magic schools. Transmutation. Now it's
Transmutation, conjuration, evocation,
Abjuration, illusion.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Necromancy.
I was gonna say it's necromancy. I was gonna say conjuration, I guess. No, conjuration has a connotation that I don't want. Whatever. It's transmutation. It's just like on the underside of the rock almost, like because it's flat on top, nice seat rock, and then it gets like kind of whitish, and then it like tucks. And then like that middle part where it like tucks down, there's just like this glimmer underneath it a little bit.
Nesrin's gonna go and try and yeet the boulder.
Yeet! You don't have to yeet it. You could just like kind of duck and look at the glimmer.
No, only yeet.
Gotta
No
move the
peek,
large boulder
only
the size of a
No
small
peek.
boulder.
It is a large boulder the size of a small boulder.
So a medium boulder.
Do you yeet or do you peek?
No, I'm just gonna
Peeky
lift it
peek.
in.
No
Great.
yeety.
You can try and make a strength check if you want to like lift it, I guess, if you really want to. Strength athletics, please.
Yep. 17.
It's a large boulder the size of a small boulder. I don't know. Sure, you shift it. Whatevs. Either way, you get to see.
help?
Oh,
Help with
Yes,
that?
there's something magical here.
Okay. Let me try to help you.
So should
I
roll
I found
again
the
with
flipbook
advantage?
page.
yeah. Oh, sorry, Marta. Yes, it is still there, because it wasn't there, and then it is because you're looking for it.
Sweet.
I'm gonna like pull a spear out of my bag. I have a couple extra ones, and kind of like shove it kind of under and try to like.
A lever, huh?
Yeah.
Simple machines.
You're gonna add some advantage onto that athletics.
Using my brain powers.
Good job.
That is better. That's now a 21.
Yes, you roll the rock. You pick it up. You just one-handed. No, you just roll it a bit so you like can tip it, like look at it. It is actually some writing. Surprise! Some writing on the under edge of the rock. In, you guessed it, shaky handwriting. And it says, "Sorry, Nesrin, not today."
Is the handwriting common or what is it in?
Oh, it's in Draconic.
Okay. Can't read that.
I look at it, go, ha!
What does it say?
Sorry, Nesrin, not today.
Oh.
Well, we can't all have relationships with magical patrons like Marta and Baz.
What's an isonate? It's apparently an enigma.
Does that name mean anything to any of us now that We have heard the name.
Well, I suppose you can roll religion.
There's some dragons in here too. Lots of
Look at that
dragons.
picture.
I'm not especially good at religion with Arcana or history.
2.
I will allow history.
Okay.
I've seen an image like
17.
this,
I'm sorry,
Bar.
not 2.
Dragons,
3.
birds, dragons, birds, dragons, birds, dragons, birds.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a little. It's like a flip book.
It
just-
moves. Yeah.
but wow.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the numbers again. I was thinking about the fact that Sharat was just playing with a Captain Underpants book from a Warlock patron.
17.
17. So no. Nope. 3? Great. I'm sorry, Willow.
Oh, I didn't actually roll. I should probably do that, huh?
I can't believe this.
I'm sorry.
Can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe I rolled a 5 again. I just keep rolling. It's terrible.
Don't worry, it's
So
our first day
7.
back. It's our first day back. Nothing significant.
Alex is getting all the good.
Nothing
luck.
life-threatening has happened yet. I said nothing significant, and then I thought better of it. Nothing life-threatening has happened yet. So get all those bad rolls out.
Okay.
Yeah, Isonite means nothing. Isonate, I should say, as Marta pronounced it, means
Isonate.
nothing to any of you.
Nope.
Do the dragons look nice or do they look mean?
It is an extremely simplified, like ink smash, like rock, ink, smash art. So it's kind of hard to tell. You know, the 3 steps of art.
Guys, I've been doing it wrong. I don't have any rocks.
I've been missing step 1.
That's why you needed the charcoal drawing with rocks.
Oh, man.
Goodness. Roll, Marta.
Yes.
Insight.
I will incite this rock ink smash.
Art.
17. 20. Dirty 20.
I will say, you've seen a lot of pictures in this book. You've seen a lot of art in your time. And these extremely simplified rock ink smash art dragons seem to be of a style of a nice dragon, probably.
They seem pretty nice.
I mean, they were nice enough for somebody to put on a rock and then ink it and then smash it. So hey,
I mean, they could have been like mean enough for someone to do that too, though. But they look nice.
I think there would be like angrier dragons.
Yeah.
Or lots
I
more
mean, just like-
fire.
Cute birds, cute dragons, cute birds, cute dragons. It wouldn't make sense for it to be cute birds, mean dragons, cute birds, mean dragon. That wouldn't make sense.
I mean, the
I'm-
bird was rather rude to you. What if they're
Now-
rude dragons?
Now that I like understand why, like they were looking for you, and I was like not letting them find you. I get it. I mean, they were a little snooty, but I understand.
Well then, I guess this is it. We now have a few names to look up when we get to Caliper. The Purian Theater research. I mean, before I go to sleep again, and I mean, we should all be getting rest. We've been traveling all night. Are there any other questions you might have for me while I'm still here?
So, were you born with Bammy, or did you come later, or were you before?
I know that I am older than Bammy, but I don't have, any concrete memories from before he was born.
Okay,
So
so
you think maybe you had a body before he was born?
I am all but certain that I did have a body of my own, yes, but maybe I didn't.
And there's no one else in Bammy's head, right? It's just you?
Unless there's someone hiding even from me, but I don't
I
see
mean,
so.
Thing?
There might be 6 other entities in there.
If there are, I don't have the character sheets for them.
How very meta of you, Nazrin.
Oh, I guess one thing, this might explain some things, and Nesrin will hold out the Sagmalo and then it'll just bamf from one hand to the other. This is why when we were in the Yuan Ti prison, they kept trying to take it and I just kept bringing it back. That was very amusing to see them bash their heads against the wall and try and figure that one out.
You have a good sense of humor. That's right.
Had to take the little liberties.
That's pretty great.
I hope we'll see you again soon.
I hope we can figure this out for you and Bammy.
Well, hopefully I can get out and about in Caliber, but for the Rustfalls, you're going to want Bammy.
Yeah,
Sure, we
he's
still
better
have to
suited
get
for
there.
this sort of thing.
Ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can we maybe tell Bammy that we met a friend while he was asleep? And she was real nice and real helpful, but then she had to go away for a while. Maybe that would help him get okay with the idea of who Nazrin is?
That could work, though. He'll probably want to, chase after the friend and make sure they get through the Rust Falls or travel where they're going safely.
Well, we'll just tell him that she's very magical and she got home just fine. Which is true. Because here's the thing. I'm real bad at lying. Like, really, 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 really bad. So as little as I should be lying, as like much as possible, I would really appreciate it.
I mean, you can give it a shot, but also, Willow, has Bammy ever asked any questions that would seem to indicate he's been curious about any of this before? Or has been aware something's up?
No. No, not really.
Okay.
He's very noticeable about certain things, but I think this one is just too close to his face. He can't see it.
He just thinks he sleepwalks.
Yeah. He's aware of that.
Okay. If you're sure. Just a thought.
For now.
I know you don't have all of your memories. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the truth around my god?
Does Nezrin know anything about Kubalar from her time as a sage?
Roll religion.
Oh, man.
It's one of the ones I'm not proficient in, but we'll see. That's only a 9.
Ooh. Well, Nesrin, Kubalar is a serpent god that is wrapped around the world, holding it together. But it is prophesied that he will, if he's ever uncoiled, the world will end. There are lots of stories about how he doesn't like it. And then there's some stories that are like, it's fine. He deserves it. It's his punishment.
I mean, it was not my main area of focus. I mean, I was an astrologer, not a theologist. I mostly just knew the stories everyone else knew.
Okay. I was just wondering. Guess I
You
should
could
actually...
ask him.
I know.
I mean, it seems like at this point we all have people to talk to, so You're almost the odd one out for not speaking to them, Sharok.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Though to be fair, my method of communication is apparently a lot more convoluted, so you may want to take advantage of having a direct line.
Direct line is an interesting way of phrasing that. I have very cryptic dreams.
Well, it's more direct than communicating
Seven
via birds with
Individually bringing little pieces
with a
of paper.
character limit of, I'm looking for the longest one, of like 20 letters at most.
Awesome.
Should have said dragons.
Just a bunch of little baby dragons. I mean, maybe they weren't. They were just transmuted into birds.
Okay. I like
That
this.
explains the flip book picture.
Actually, dragons. Birds are dragons. Wait a minute.
Are all birds dragons?
Where's
Birds are
Cole?
dinosaurs.
Cole!
Yeah, exactly. Where's Cole?
We need you to explain dinosaurs.
Though they mostly only live in Gyrovix nowadays, there were these creatures known as dinosaurs, and some
Yeah.
scholars believe that birds are an evolved form of them.
Yeah, some believe that. They really should see a dinosaur for real, though.
Well, maybe if we ever make our way over to Gyrovix.
Hmm.
Was there an anchor in Gyrovix?
Was there?
I know there's an anchor on the tallest mountain that's between Gyrovix and Dunrow.
Huh?
Doop, doop.
Oh, hello. We have a map.
Nope, not in Gyrovix.
Aha. Okay. That was one of the Cole yard. OMG. Someday.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to?
I'm trying to think, but I
Oh.
can't think of any.
Okay.
If there was something else you'd want to ask Nesrin before she was gone. I can't think of anything.
Marta hugs Nesrin.
I think Nesrin's a little taken aback, but will return the hug.
It's nice to meet you. And I don't know, it just feels bad to say bye right after meeting you.
Yes, well, I have been awake for a very long time this time around. Fami will probably be waking up any second.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, then he does.
Psych.
I wasn't going to, and then I was like, you know, that's actually good. It's good. It's good. It's good humor. I love it. I was just like, sort of like mid-hug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Marta, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
What? Why are we not in the tent? Oh, was I sleepwalking again? Were you keeping me from wandering from camp?
Yeah,
yes.
Your feet started
Yep.
to move in this direction, so.
Maybe I wanted to go see about that figure. Are they still there?
No,
Nope,
they're
he's
gone.
gone.
We haven't seen them.
Oh, we should get a rest. Now that we're in the Rust Falls, it's only going to become harder to travel.
Yeah. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright.
And on that encouraging and not foreshadowing at all note,
It's gonna be
we're
fun.
gonna end this session. We will pick it up in 2 weeks. Same time, same place, but hopefully not same place for me. I'm in a kitchen. I would like to be in an actual room. But thank you for joining us. We had a lot of interesting developments today. Got to meet the other half question mark of Mammy, which has been
We don't know what fraction
long
it is.
coming.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's 1/7.
Yeah. The nebulous pocket dimension portion of Bammy.
We've met 2/7 of baby. I'm excited to meet the other 5.
Yes, this is the United States of Bammy. The United States of Terra, that show, but it's Bammy.
Bammy's the champion.
Surprise,
the enigma.
Alex. You said 2 characters. I made it 7. Hope that's okay.
Oh my gosh, could you
One
imagine?
for
though?
every class.
So there's 1, 2, 3. 14 with the artificer. We've got 2 of them, so 12 more.
Oh my god.
No. It's only 7, and one of them's a blood hunter.
Ah, heck yeah.
Bammy as a blood hunter would be terrifying.
Yes.
Barbarian Bammy's already scary enough.
Yes, and with like the armband of blasting. Ugh.
Yeah.
The do you even lift bro band?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Anyway, what was I saying? Thanks for joining us. You're great. 2 weeks from now, we're gonna play again. This Saturday, though, the premiere of Thunderball. The new Saturday Nights game. Be there at 3 p.m. Eastern, or be square.
Yep. We made up a sports game. We're not sure how it's gonna go. We're playing sports in D&D, so come join us for that as we figure it out.
Gonna be grabbing footballs.
Good. Get a score for America, or whatever country you're representing. I don't know. Today's moral is, the moral of the story today is,
Rock plus ink plus smash equal art.
Rock plus ink plus smash equals art. Art is anything you create. Just making something new into the world is art. Also, trust every bird. Yeah, and he'll put it up the character limit.
Yeah.
These are our morals today. Anything is art. Trust all birds. Twitter character limits suck. Thank you for joining us for Tidefall episodes
7.
7.
7.
I'm probably going to call it Close Encounters of the Bird Kind because I'm very proud.
Yes, it was good.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Good Game Nights, and we'll see you Tasty the Lemon Drops later. Good game and good night, Internet.
Internet.
Good night, Internet.